Machine. An online ad technology company, the Rubicon project, has beefed up its mobile efforts by announcing its purchase of the ad platform Mobsmith today. And with me now to discuss that and Facebook's future in mobile is the Rubicon project CEO, Frank Adante. Frank, welcome to Bloomberg West. Thank you for having me here. So quickly, just tell me about this acquisition. What does this add to Rubicon?
Sure. So we operate a real-time trading platform for digital advertising. So essentially what we're doing is we're bringing Wall Street technology to Madison Avenue to automate the buying and selling of online advertising. So mobile's certainly a big piece of it. As you mentioned, mobile's one of the fastest growing mediums of all time. And publishers, such as the top publishers on the internet, have to have a mobile strategy to monetize their inventory. And they also have to have technology to support it.
Speaking of trading technology, I have to ask you this question because you actually took a company public on the NASDAQ some years ago. But what's your take on Facebook having talks with the New York Stock Exchange about delisting from the NASDAQ after the technical glitches in its IPO?
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of what happened there, but I can tell you that trading technology is incredibly complicated. We've actually architected a lot of our technology off of NASDAQ-like technology in Wall Street, flash trading, very high demand type stuff. We process about 150 billion trades on a monthly basis, which is about double the volume of NASDAQ.
That's how we turn that question around into us.
Enormous amounts of complexity that just go into facilitating that those trades happen efficiently and effectively and also reliably. So
You never had any problems with the NASDAQ?
We never did. We never did, but I could see how a high volume, high demand transaction like Facebook could potentially test the system.
Now, speaking of Facebook's mobile problem, essentially, in that they really don't monetize mobile traffic at all, how do they tackle this? What do they need to do? You were early to the mobile advertising game.
Yeah, I think it's probably even a larger issue for Facebook. Facebook hasn't invested in advertising technology to the depth that companies like Google or even Microsoft or have. So they've got a lot of catch-up to do in just building out their advertising technology platforms, and mobile is certainly a very big piece of that as well.
Why is mobile so difficult for Facebook? I mean, what's the holdup?
Well, it's a new medium, even though it's going to be a $2.7 billion market this year, which is very substantial. Compared to digital advertising, which is about a $50 billion market, it's still in the very early stages. So a lot of companies are still learning, and I think Facebook is no different.
So it's taken them 8 years to get to the point where they are today. I mean, how long do you see it taking for them to get to a point where mobile ads are actually a viable part of the business?
Well, I think it already is a viable part of their traffic and their user base. So I think very quickly they've got to go figure out how they're going to monetize that. And by the way, that extends to all of the top publishers on the internet. Facebook is no different than them. They've all got to go figure out a mobile strategy and invest in the technology to go make that work.
So what's next for Rubicon?
Well, if you look at the market today, there's three major segments to it. There's certainly Google, and then you've got Facebook and the rest of the top five. And then you've got this whole other segment of the market, which is called the Comscore 500. So the top 500 sites on the internet, companies like NBC, Time Inc., Washington Post. And they now need to compete with the likes of Google and Facebook in a very competitive market. And they need strategies in place to go do that, and they also need a technology platform to do that. So that's our place in the market, is to help them monetize their digital advertising in both display and mobile, and help them provide that real-time trading platform to make that efficient so they can compete.
But obviously a lot of companies out there do have a lot of real-time.
Sure, everyone does. Yeah.
Okay, Frank Adante of the Rubicon project, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
On Bloomberg West.